Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's interview. We have with us Nancy Peham of Helping Hands Personal Services. Nancy is well into her third decade as a certified professional organizer. What she does is for people who have physical limitations or limitations of time, or who are just going crazy, she helps them to organize their living spaces and things that they need to deal with. She is a member of the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. I got that.
Yeah.
And one thing I've learned about Nancy is that she is unafraid of a situation that is one of my personal phobias: paperwork. Today, she is going to share with us some secrets that people can use when they are tackling these messes that are weighing them down. So Nancy, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to sharing some tips.
Well, we want to hear all your secrets. So,
all right. Well, I may have to keep a few behind.
Okay, that's fine. Well, first of all, just in general, just some general principles. When someone is dealing with an overwhelming mess, what do we do? You've seen it all. You've seen the way we behave in reaction to our messes. You've seen things that are more effective, more efficient than others. What advice would you give to someone who is in general dealing with a mess?
Okay. I recently, like a couple of days ago, met with a woman who had moved in with her mother, who was elderly, and her mother has since passed. And so they had a situation where they had her mother's things and her things. And now my client is going to have to, she wants to make the place her own. And she has to deal with, like, there's several rooms where her mother had a lot of things, a lot of antiques and different things that she had that now need to go somewhere. So her daughter, needs resources for how to get rid of certain things. So I'm helping her with some referrals on that. But when we were talking about where to start when we get together for our first appointment, we walked through the house, and every room pretty much had issues. There was a lot of things everywhere. So we decided that the most beneficial for her state of mind would be if we started in her living areas: her kitchen, her dining room, her living room, the places where she spends the most of her time, so that she can get a feeling of calm and order in there. So
there's a psychological component to it.
Yes, definitely. So that if she can get those living areas under control, then she'll feel better about moving into the other areas, and she'll already have some skills that we are going to be sharing as we go through those initial spaces.
Yeah. So starting with kind of the big picture, it sounds like what is like the big rocks, and then you start with go to the small rocks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes I ask people, what's causing you the most pain? What's the thing that's driving you crazy? That's where we need to start.
Yeah. Okay. So, after having gone through this experience, a lot of us will be saying, well, how did I ever get here? Like, why did I do this to myself? Right.
Definitely.
And so what are some simple things that people can do to prevent this from happening?
Okay. So I learned as a child, I had a great mom example that, to keep everything had a place. We knew where everything went. And back when I was a kid, we didn't have as much stuff as people have now.
Right.
So it wasn't, we didn't have rooms full of stuff and Amazon boxes coming every day and all that kind of stuff. So we knew where things went. And if we were going into a room, first of all, if you take something out, put it back when you're done. That's the first and most simple thing to do, because a lot of times people will just like, oh, I'm going to do it some more later, but maybe they don't ever get to later. So,
You don't have a place for it though.
okay, if you don't have a place for it, that's the first step. You have to find out what is the like. Let's say a kitchen. This is a good example for especially people who may have physical challenges. First of all, get rid of the stuff you don't use, right? I mean, there's people have broken things or worn out things or tons of gadgets that one tool would have done all these jobs. So figure out what you really need in your life. And then, for instance, the kitchen, if you have something way up high that you use all the time and it's heavy, ask yourself, would it be better if that was down lower and in a place where I can easily get it? So, kind of look with new eyes, which is kind of where I come in when I first meet someone, is I notice things that they may not notice, because even as realtors, they say, you forget that the door doesn't work or there's a hole in the wall because you just got used to it. And if you're wanting to sell the house, then you got to fix those things up. So it's kind of the same with organizing. You look around and you say, what's not working in here and how can I make it better? And then, a lot of it is just getting rid of some things that aren't that important anymore. And then you can make room. And maybe you need shelving. Maybe you need a cabinet. Maybe you need a bench with a lid. So, in case you just don't really have a place to put something.
Yeah. Well, I need to take this to heart. I appreciate your sharing this with us. I think all of us can benefit from that. So thank you, everyone, for participating in this today. Please follow the links will contain a reference to the website for Helping Hands Personal Services. Even the website is organized, so please enjoy that. Thank you for being here today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Michael.